review for the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman and Mila Kunis. Movie came out in 2010. I saw it back then. I instantly loved the movie. Still love the movie. It's This movie has an amazing feel and tone to it. Especially if you've ever played the Fallout games. And particularly, I would say Fallout 1 and 2, the old school ones. And I would throw New Vegas in there. Um, Fallout Tactics. Those. Um, and it's interesting. They just released the Fallout trailer for the Bethesda Fallout. I think it's a mini series, I believe. And I'll check it out. I didn't think it would look terrible, but definitely different than this. To me, the Book of Eli is probably the best. Well, maybe not the best, but for me at least, it's how the feel I get when I play Fallout 1, Fallout 2, New Vegas, probably particularly 1 and 2, but I'll throw New Vegas in there also. Um, so that's really what I got from the movie. It's um, just this feel of grit, grime, desolate, dark world that is no forgiveness, no um people, they have little to nothing. They like Denzel says in this, that people will kill you for stuff that they used to just throw away. They used to just not even think about and just throw away. Now they'll kill you for. Um, that to me is like the Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas. And the Bethesda ones too. But particularly those, like a scene when he goes to the town and he's talking to the guy they call the engineer, and he's asking him, he needs to charge his battery, and the guy's like, oh, this is a Fathom 500 or something, and he's like, oh, this is nice, like that's like something that would happen like in Fallout 1 or 2, like with a vendor, like, oh, you have this, oh, that's nice, oh, I like those are great, those are built really well. Like, they don't make them like that, they don't make anything anymore. So um it's very well done movie, well directed, well shot. Denzel Washington, obviously one of the best actors around, one of my favorites. He's such a good actor, almost effortlessly, I'd say. And Gary Oldman, obviously one of the best too. So good. Um, one of the negatives, I mean, I'm not huge on Mila Kunis. I don't know, nothing against her. She plays a role in the movie, and like Denzel has said, like she kind of brings life back to him. I could see that. I don't know. It just, she just doesn't really fit in this world. Kind of, it seems to me, but I understand why she's there in this for the script. Apparently, the script was written like in a few days, which is pretty amazing. So the cast, we got them. We have Ray Stevenson, who didn't. Yeah, he unfortunately just died. Pretty weird. It says undisclosed. He died in Italy. He's an interesting actor. Apparently he was like really a big theater Shakespearean actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, he was the Predator, not the Predator, the Punisher. Which, you know, I'm not huge on that Punisher movie. I don't know, maybe I'll revisit it, but I just didn't really like it when it came out. I thought it was too goofy. But I don't know, maybe I'll revisit it. It's kind of just like, you know, a dumb fun movie, I guess, but I just thought it was too goofy. But you have Evan Jones in the movie. He's been in a bunch of stuff too. Um okay, he's an 8 Mile, Jarhead. So the directors are the Hughes brothers, which they directed Menace to Society, um, Dead Presidents. I like that movie. So I don't know. I haven't seen Menace to Society. I think maybe a long time ago. I like Dead Presidents. Um, book. I think this is their best. I think they're brothers. I think this is definitely their best movie. They did From Hell. So I don't know. They haven't done that much that I've seen since. It's just too bad because I mean, I think this is an incredibly well directed. So Roger Ebert gave it 3 thumbs up. So he liked it. I think he kind of said it had its problems. But yeah, there's just some scenes in this movie that it's just like I don't know. They just are incredible. Like the beginning when he's walking down the road, and then there's that girl. She's asking for help, and he's like one of the good things about, what does he say? Like one of the good things about living in this world is with no soap is you can smell the enemies like like um hundreds of feet away or something. And that scene's just so good. Like, and they're trying to rob him and take his stuff. He is walking slowly backwards into the darkness, and the way that it shoots that scene, it's almost like black and white, but like dark blacks, like really really dark. And then him fighting them with his machete, which apparently was going to be a katana, but they decided to go with a machete, which I think is better, um, for the setting. You know, I would say. A good breakdown of the movie that I just saw from this small YouTube channel, Mike Rathke Movies. He has some other movies there, but I really liked his analysis of the Book of Eli. Just shout out to that. I was just watching that. Mike space Rathke space movies. So if you're interested, check it out. Pretty good analysis of the movie. The movie has a interesting religious message to it. I mean, if you know anything about Denzel, he is a very religious Christian man, so maybe that's what kind of drove him to want to be in the role of this. But it's just a good script. It's well directed, well shot. So Roger Ebert says Eli is a quick hand with knives, pistols, rifles, shotguns, and karate. He needs to be. After a catastrophe has wiped out most of the Earth's population and left ruin and desolation behind, the remaining humans are victimized by roving motorcycle gangs of hijackers and thieves. Each of these gangs has issued a requisite tall, bald man, a short, hairy, scruffy one, and their gophers. The Hughes brothers film the story in a sunburned brown and pale blues, creating a dry and dusty world under a merciless sky. Water is treasure. This wasteland Eli treks at an incredible pace. Set upon in an ambush, he kills all of his attackers. He's got one of those knives that makes a snicker snack noise all by itself and is a one-man army. Why don't the bad guys just shoot him? Later in the film, they try that. Washington and Hughes brothers do a good job of establishing this man in his world, and at first the Book of Eli seems destined to be solemn, but then Eli arrives at a western town ruled by Carnegie, Gary Oldman, who, like all the local overlords in westerns and gangster movies, sits behind a big desk flanked by big, tall, bald guys. And of course, a scruffy one. How are these guys recruited? Wanted, tall, bald guy to stand behind town boss and be willing to sacrifice life, all the water you can drink. So yeah, he liked it, but it's true what he's saying. But it's pretty. Roger Ebert, man, I definitely miss the guy. He didn't always agree with him, but man, he had a way with words. The third act is recycled, but well done. Out of many westerns, that's very western. And obviously, he didn't play video games, so the third act is recycled, but well done. Out of many westerns in which the hero and the girl hole up and are surrounded. So many other movies are referenced that we almost miss it when their hideout house is perforated by bullets. An LA Confidential style that allows countless beams of sunlight to shine and function as a metaphor. Carnegie needs Eli because Eli has maybe the last remaining copy of a book that Eli believes will allow him to expand and rule many more towns. That Eli believes will allow him to expand and rule many more towns. Oh, okay, yeah, that Carnegie would use, because Carnegie doesn't have the most noble intentions. I would say, I am forbidden by the cryptic little rule book from naming the volume. Yeah, spoilers, spoilers. It's the Bible. But if you made a guess after seeing numerous billboards stating religion is power, you may have guessed right. The Hughes brothers have a vivid way with the imagery here, as in their earlier films, Menace to Society and the underrated From Hell. Oh, so he likes From Hell. Oh, he gave it 3 stars. Oh, that's interesting. Most people do not like that movie. I remember watching it back in the day. I liked it, but I know it's based on a comic book, and the comic book's way better apparently. But I don't know. I haven't read it, but the film looks it feels good, and Washington's performance is the more uncanny the more we think back over it. The ending is flawed, as we critics like to say, but is so magnificently, shamefully, implausibly flawed that A, it breaks apart from the movie and has a life of its own, or B, at least it avoids being predictable. It's a good review. Yeah, I like the ending too, and that also kind of reminds me of like something in the Fallout games. Like you stumble upon, like in New Vegas, you stumble upon these scientists who are trying to rebuild the world. Um, in New Vegas, it goes horribly wrong or something. Of course, with mixed in humor, but something like that reminds me of like the Fallout games. And obviously, this came out. I don't know, when did New Vegas come out? About the same time, maybe. So I don't know. I just wonder if the Hughes brothers have played Fallout 1 and 2 mainly, but something like that like you stumble upon these scientists who are collecting books and trying to rebuild the world and creating like a living museum. Although, as he says, it's much more than a museum. But yeah, I mean, great cast. You got Tom Watts. I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Man, is he even? Yeah, Michael Gambon or Gambon. Who I think he recently died. Yeah. Complications from pneumonia. That's too bad. Good English actor. He played Dumbledore, or Dumbledore. Sorry, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, but yeah, just great movie. I don't have many flaws with it. I mean, like I said, the Mila Kunis thing. I don't know. She just kind of feels out of place to me. Everyone else doesn't throughout the entire movie. Um, so yeah, of course, Malcolm McDowell is the guy who's running the Alcatraz Free Press and the Institute there, um, to gather books and knowledge and to help rebuild the world. So, great casting there. At least it's nice to see Malcolm McDowell in a good movie because he's been in a lot of bad movies, unfortunately. Like the Halloween, reboot or whatever with Rob Zombie. I mean, just what a waste. Um, but some trivia: Washington performed all of his stunts in the hand-to-hand fight scenes. Okay, for the movie, Denzel Washington studied martial arts under Bruce Lee's protege, Dan Inosanto. Gary Oldman was cast at the suggestion of Denzel Washington. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he's so great. Because you can tell he's a smart guy, but his basically greed for this book, and Washington can tell he's not a good guy. He doesn't have the right motives to bring the book to the world. So he doesn't want to give it to him, and spoilers now. And in the end, when he gets the book, he's so excited, and they break it open, and it's in Braille. Because spoilers, Denzel Washington is blind, which maybe there's some inconsistencies there. I mean, like that channel I mentioned, he breaks it down, some good pointing out where it's pointing to that he's blind, but it's not saying it, and it's little hints. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I buy that. I don't know. He almost has supernatural powers, I would say, but to me that's okay. I don't really care. Denzel Washington sells it so well. He's so cool. Denzel shed about 50 pounds in preparation for the role. Washington first sits in the room in which Carnegie imprisons him. A poster of the movie A Boy and His Dog is visible. Oh, okay, that was a big influence on Fallout. A Boy and His Dog, 1975, is recognized as one of the earliest post-apocalyptic movies and a source of inspiration for many dystopian and post-apocalyptic movies and video games. First line of dialogue isn't spoken until almost 8 minutes in. So yeah, well, but I think that's about it. I just really like the movie. I always have. After seeing the trailer for um the Bethesda Fallout miniseries, just got me thinking about this movie. So I figured I'd watch it, do a review of it. Highly recommend it. I mean, even if you hear the spoilers, it doesn't really, I don't think it matters that much. Maybe the blind thing, because that's a good twist at the end, especially with Gary Oldman, because he basically loses everything. He loses a bunch of his men. He loses Ray Stevenson, who was like his right hand guy, and the other men start to turn on him. They can't be trusted, and basically his town begins to fall apart, and you basically get the feeling that he gets his comeuppance. So, but yeah, just great movie. Check it out. Definitely worth a watch. Book of Eli, 2010. And but yeah, I think that's about it. Comment below if you've seen the movie, if you like it. If you've played Fallout, the Fallout games, what do you think about their connection to this? And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.